What's up, fellas? Your boy TOJ, the Opinion Junkie, broadcasting live from New Orleans. I just pulled up in a parking lot. I'm gonna do this quick video on this bitch ass nigga named Brandon Tatum. Now, I thought Brandon Tatum, I keep getting these two black dudes confused. They got two Uncle Tom coon ass Republican black dudes. One got Coke bottle glasses and like a fucked up mustache, and he always eat fried chicken while he be doing his and it's always like a chicken leg, and he always makes sure his mouth extra greasy. And he claimed it's comedy and it's satire, but no, that dude need his ass whooped. Brandon Tatum is the other black dude, always wear like a suit and tie, as most black Republicans do. They always have to have Make America Great hat again on, or they always have to have some kind of patriotic shit going on. But this guy, Tatum, used to be a police officer, and he made a video called White Privilege Don't Exist, and that if only black folk would get off their ass and work hard like he did, then nothing would happen, and we'll just, we would never be, like arrested or killed, and there'd be no need for Black Lives Matter, shit like that. So I'm on YouTube yesterday, and a suggested video showed up that says the Central Park 5 is guilty, and I'm thinking it's an old video. I look at it and it says no, black Republican. I said, oh my God, one of these Uncle Tom ass Trump supporting black dudes again. And this coon ass nigga in the background with foam in his mouth. This time he ain't got no suit and tie on. He was really animated, and he was basically saying, I used to be a police officer. I've done, that Uncle Tom talk. I've done investigations, and the evidence was inconclusive. DNA is not the same as the criminal justice system. DNA works in conjunction or in tandem with the investigations of the criminal justice system. When Matthias became a Christian in jail, because I watched the whole interview with the Central Park 5 on DJ Vlad channel, and God bless him for that. The guy was like, no, I was in jail, and the killer or the rapist dude was like, yeah, bro, I feel bad. I'm having like a guilty conscience. I want to get it off my chest. I'm going to confess that I did it. And the odd thing about it, the guy was like, he had to fight for the prison to take him serious. He goes, no, I have guys in jail with me that's guilty of a crime that I did. And it was like, nah, fuck all that. We ain't trying to hear that. And when I heard that on Vlad, it broke my heart, because I done time before. Like I've done like 18 months for some shit I was guilty of. I'll say that. But nevertheless, the point I'm making is, it's a fucked up feeling when you sitting in jail and you got a nigga right there like, dog, I did the crime you in here for. And you try to tell the security guards, hey, bro, the killer is right fucking here. He won't take the charge. And thank the new prosecutors for believing it and reconstructing the crime scene and getting these guys exonerated. But if these guys were still guilty, as Brandon Tatum coon ass is still holding on to, then why did all these well-educated prosecutors, well-trained police officers, well-trained investigators all saw fit to believe the Spanish guy over them, if Brandon Tatum still believes that these guys are guilty? More importantly, why would they even get a lawsuit? Why would they even be granted it? And mind you, let me explain something to you. Ain't no amount of money is gonna make up for your time in jail. For your entire childhood is gone. And the worst part about it is when you actually are a free man and you have kids the exact same age that you were when you went to jail, and you hear that on YouTube there's another black man around the same age as you saying that he still thinks you're guilty. That's got to be a fucked up feeling when people who not with your own blood, but your own kind, a race trading ass nigga like that still sitting out there, and you can hear the white girl in the background saying, oh yeah, baby, and what about this? And he's like, what, babe? She goes, what about the some shit she called in the background, some kind of the doctor that said that he did it, and he's like, yeah, what about the fucking doctor that said that she was raped? And I'm like, he had to be on drugs that day. I'm sorry, because the video was just as incoherent as I'm talking right now. The dude got me so heated that 30 years later, even with the Netflix special, I was listening to Ava DuVernay's interview on the Breakfast Club, and she was like, I had to do research for 4 years. before I can make this movie, because I wanted the prosecutor to help me get the story as accurate. And the woman was so racist. She's like, "Fuck no, I'm not gonna help you make this movie." So she had to do what she had to do, and if the prosecutor ended up looking at, as like the piece of shit that she is, then she need to be saw like that. Fuck her too. Fuck the criminal justice system. But more importantly, fuck Brandon Tatum. Them black Republican dudes, bro, are more dangerous than people give them credit for. Cause a lot of times you look at Jesse Lee Peterson, that coon ass nigga with the drumstick, Anthony Brian Logan, especially Jesse Lee Peterson. Who else? I forgot the name. There's a couple of them out there. Tree of Logic, she another piece of shit. Them black conservatives, bro, a lot of them. Oh yeah, and the amazing Lucas, that fucking coon, can't stop giggling with his. I'm about to say something inappropriate. Anyway, the problem with them black Republicans is this. At first, they do coon for biscuits and money. But the most important thing you have to learn is this. Unfortunately, you do become who you pretend to be. A lot of times they pretend to be conservative when they really choose to be, when they really be like, not really pro-black, but they be conscious of the shit that they're saying. But for you to continue to get them checks, you gotta stay in character and keep practicing all that coon shit, like an undercover cop does. When how undercover cop gotta be debriefed, like Don Nebraska. He pretended to be a mobster for so long, he actually became a mobster. When you pretend to be an Uncle Tom and a coon and a black hating person, you end up being that shit in real life, because the 9 months you done practice saying that black folks are lazy is like a mantra. You preach it to yourself and you become that. You turn yourself into that for the money. And I always wondered to myself before I get off this video, how can these black people, these self-hating coons, walk around planet Earth and never get killed, or go through go through life unharmed? And I thought about it this morning. It's because nobody know who the fuck they are. A lot of times, if you're not really looking for black Republicans or black conservative talk, you're not going to run across an Alan Keyes or Ben Carson, unless these guys go on national TV and become a household name. But these dudes are like underground. They're like YouTube people. They go like to conventions and they speak as like keynote speakers, and then the people use them and use their talking points and say, "See, I'm not racist. We got a whole black dude co-signing this shit." So that's why them guys can go through life and go like the Popeyes chicken and just go through like the shopping mall and never get the shit knocked out of them, because nobody knew who the fuck they are. Guys like me and other folks that I guess information junkies, we might know who these Uncle Toms are. But if they well known on YouTube, but outside of YouTube, because you're not a subscriber of their channel, you may not know what they look like, at first glance. So that's why Uncle Toms and all these collaborators can go through life unharmed, because nobody knows who the fuck they are. And more importantly, a lot of us don't even know who they are, if we even seen them. Hit like, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here.